Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Somehow I can still see. Children look like burnt paper. Black. Not moving. And then the blast wave hits them. And they fly apart like leaves.
Dreams. The end of the world are very common.
It's not a dream anymore, it's real. I know the date it happens.
I'm sure it feels very real to you.
On August 29th, 1997, it's gonna feel pretty fucking real to you, too. Anybody not wearing 2 million sunblock is gonna have a real bad day. Get it? Good. You think you're safe and alive?
Okay, and the men that were with him. So it goes on to say, the king, this is verse 26. The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen, and the interpretation thereof? Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king hath demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets. You see? He revealeth secrets. All right? Let's go. Let's continue on. But there is a power in heaven that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. And then Daniel goes on to breaking down the dream and the vision that he had. Now let's go from there to Luke. Luke chapter 8. These are like old school scriptures, you know. These are the lineups the Spirit used to, have us use back in the days. I'll start at 16, Luke 8:16. No man, when he hath lighted a candle, covereth it with a vessel, or putteth it under the bed, but setteth it on a candlestick, that they which enter in may see the light. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. And that's pretty much what we're witnessing right now, is the revelation of all of these things, the breakdowns of the mysteries of the scriptures. Now let's get one more before we hit this other precept. Let's go to Revelation. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 10. This is a real good one too. And we're going to start at verse 5. Read a couple of verses there. Revelation 10 and 5. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven and the things that therein are, and the earth and the things that therein are, and the sea and the things which are therein, that there should be time no longer. Why? Because prophecy is dictated by time. Once the Lord sets a certain bound, and that bound passes, then that prophecy starts to speak, and it happens. So we're at the point now where we're at the very end, and there shall be time no longer. This time should not be prolonged, and this is why you see things moving lightning fast. And the main thing is the MOTB, which is the micro C. Once that is fully implemented, man, all bets are off. Somebody sent me a video of this woman. I'm not sure if it was on Instagram or one of those. And pretty much the woman was going into the world and how it's changing and how it's going into a digital, they ain't not hiding it anymore. She said everything's going into the digital age, so to speak. Money, everything. The old way of doing business is over, just about. Once they get this whole system up and running, which I wish they would just ever fuck up and stop playing it. But everything is dictated by the Spirit of Yahweh. But we're very, very close for that whole system to be implemented. And it's not going to take long. Because once they have everything in place, all they got to do is, set up, most people are going to take it because they're going to be deceived. They're going to want to do business. Look, if you want your bills to be paid, or if you want your credit to be good, or if you want, to restart all over again, all you have to do is take this device and all of your worries will go away. You'll have a clean slate, you'll have, money that'll be given to you, and you'll have a better status than you had before. You'll be given room and board and food and blah, 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 the whole medical care, all of that stuff. And what do you think the average person that doesn't know about the MOTB and the scriptures is going to do? They're just going to accept it. Why? Because they're going to look at it as free money. They're going to look at it as, being, doing better because they're in a bad situation, a bad jam. They see their household messed up. They see that these devils are moving from there to this nice, so-called luxury, living, which is a lot better than where they're at now. But I'm not understanding that it all comes with, with consequences. And those consequences are what? Those that take that MOTB will be destroyed. All right, so that there should be time no longer, Revelation 10:7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, which is the lesson that the elder apostle did, when he shall begin to sound, meaning what? When that prophecy starts happening, that those seals are broken. We at the end of the sixth trumpet, or the sixth angel, or the sixth seal, and almost the beginning of the seventh. Once the seventh starts to sound, at the end of the sixth into the beginning of the seventh, that's when the elect will be taken up into the chariots. And that's when the destruction comes. Right? But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High should be finished, as he had declared to who? To his servants, the prophets. So you cannot have, closure on the earth until the Lord sends forth his prophets to teach his word, to bring out the mysteries, to bring an end to any whatever particular empire that there was in the past. Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's what we see happening right now. Because the mysteries are open. But the problem is Esau doesn't want to accept that. But it don't matter. What if something that believe? So they don't believe make the faith of the Most High without effect. The Most High forbid. Because the Lord's still going to do what he got to do. You ain't going to stop this. This is why he told Ezra, let not the incredulity trouble you. Because all the unfaithful, they're going to die in their unfaithfulness. The Lord's still going to make it happen. His words don't go out void. So at the end of the day, we just teach until the Lord, puts an end to this whole. And that's it. You're going to have, the majority of the world is not going to believe what we say. It's going to be ridiculous to them. They're going to look at it, laugh, and mock and scoff, but that's okay. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be that way. That's what makes this truth more precious. Now, let me read that again. Then we're going to look up the word mystery. Back in Revelation 10:7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, which is the last, which is pretty much the destruction, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of the Most High should be finished, as he hath declared.
Because it will surely come. It will not end.
You go around 24 hours a day with biometric sensors on or inside your body, and they constantly send information.
So you're monitored. You are monitored.
You're monitored all the time. The information goes to an AI doctor, maybe on your smartphone or whatever, which analyzes all this stream of information and monitors your health
The Veridish Corporation, this is the company that makes the implantable human microchip, which is a device about twice as long as a grain of rice, so it's actually pretty big. That company came out with a press release a couple of weeks ago in which they claimed to be working on a flu detection microchip. Now, according to their press release and what they're discussing, they would have an injectable form of the microchip, again, a glass encapsulated device, fairly big, not the size of a speck of dust, that could be injected into the body, and it would continuously monitor the person's blood.
Can implants be used for remote monitoring? Yeah, that's exactly the point of disruptive implants. For example, healthcare administrators or private physicians or artificial systems, for that sake, to monitor people's health wherever they are and at any time.
It's a sensor.
This tiny green thing in there?
That tiny green thing in there, you put it underneath your skin, and what that tells you is that there are chemical reactions going on inside the body, and that signal means you're going to have symptoms tomorrow.
Wow. There's an actual transmitter in that?
Yeah, it's like a check engine light.
Check this sailor out before he infects other people.
That's right.
You were working on a wish to go into people's skin. By the way, it's coming from the Pentagon. It's not coming from a private medical firm. And I think that's where my concern really is this one. So here's my question. Look into your future crystal ball, as I've so often asked you, Ben. If this shows to actually be accurate, it can predict it, do you think we could see a push that everybody, just like what we've seen with the mask, a push that you actually have to be microdosed with something from the Pentagon? Could that actually happen in society today?
You will be finished. It's just a matter of time.
This is the mark of the beast.
Second strategic movement. While the economic crisis is still ongoing, the health crisis will be created. An epidemic will be triggered to accelerate control over the population. The media will amplify and manipulate news about it to create dismay and fear. Demonstrations will be prohibited under the pretext to help spread the epidemic. With the excuse of the epidemic, opposition movements will be silenced and dissidents eliminated. As the epidemic progresses, authorities will establish that the only way to keep it under control is to implement to monitorize every citizen's health and quickly detect new infection outbreaks. The chip will be used to store all personal data, health status, economic profile, tastes and orientations. Banknotes and coins will be scrapped, deemed as anti-hygienic and a means of transporting the virus. Which means money. Which means health. No, which means death.
The World Health Organization has named the next potential pandemic as Disease X. But that's not all. Disease X could be on its way. British healthcare professionals are gearing up for Disease X, which they say may be deadlier than COVID-19 and may have a similar impact as the Spanish flu. The WHO says Disease X could be a new agent, a virus or a bacterium or fungus without any known treatments. A report in the UK, beg your pardon, Daily Mail quotes an expert, Kate Bingham, who has issued a warning claiming that the pandemic caused by the disease X could claim at least 50 million lives. She also mentioned that the virus has the potential to result in 20 times more fatalities than COVID-19. Scientists from the UK are putting their effort into developing a vaccine for this potentially deadly pathogen. After the potential threat from disease X, WHO has now considered outlining a research and development blueprint that can focus on the diseases and the pathogens which needs to be prioritized for research, of course, in the context of public health emergencies.
We'll have to prepare for the next one. That, I'd say is will get attention this time. Mm-hmm.